Good afternoon and welcome to some glorious weather here in Mumbai. We are here for the final jury round of the third GJF National Jewellery Awards, where jewellers from across the country have sent in some truly beautiful pieces of art and craftsmanship to be judged across several categories. Let's have a look. The All India Gems and Jewellery Trade Federation, popularly known as GJF, is the premier organization of the Indian gems and jewellery industry and includes all trade sectors, retailers, manufacturers and wholesalers across India. This makes the GJF National Awards the elite and the premier national awards for the industry, by the industry and to the industry. So popular and prestigious are the GJF Awards that we have received hundreds of entries from across the country in 28 categories. These have been evaluated by our esteemed jury. Talking about the jury, we've got the most experienced and accomplished panel from the industry. Let's meet them. Vaishali Banerjee, Head of Platinum Guild India and is synonymous with the growth of the platinum jewellery market in India. Nirupa Bhatt, Managing Director, India and the Middle East of the Gemological Institute of America, GIA. She was earlier the Managing Director, India, Rio Tinto Diamonds. Rupa Vora has carved a niche for herself as a jewellery designer without compare and is best known as the designer behind the revival of traditional Thewa jewellery. Varuna Jani is a designer of exquisite custom design jewellery and pioneered the design of modular cuffs and bracelets. Hetal Walia is a renowned jewellery designer who has moved into the teaching sphere and now runs her very own successful jewellery institute for nearly 2 decades. Shefali Patel has a rich vein of industry experience spanning a decade and a half before successfully launching her very own jewellery design school and design consultancy over the last 10 years. To ensure that the judging is fair and unbiased, we have a process validation partner. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hi, my name is Vishwanathan and I am from RSM Institute Consulting Private Limited. We are the process validation partners for GJF for National Jewellery Awards 2013. We are here to help GJF meet its objective to ensure that the selection process of the winners is unbiased and fair. Among the many steps that we have undertaken to help GJF ensure that the selection procedure is unbiased, transparent and fair, we have made sure that the company's name nor the brand name is not revealed anywhere in the jewellery piece or the jewellery photographs. In the jewellery piece, when the applicants get their jewellery piece in the final jury round, nor at the beginning when they send their jewellery photographs. We have also allotted a unique code to mask the name of the company, wherein the judges nor GJF committee members come to know of the name of the company or the brand. So far, it has been a very fair process and it has gone on really smooth.
Our judges are hard at work inside. They can't be disturbed, but if you promise to be very quiet, I can take you inside just for a wee bit.
The jewelry that we've just been judging has a lot of interesting aspects where the look is concerned. Considering that the people who are the participants of this contest are from different parts of India, so that's kind of given a very wide, varied view of what the design aesthetics, the sensibilities that are developing in terms of how people are perceiving jewelry now as compared to what it was earlier. I mean, I've been here judging these pieces in this contest for a few years now. I see a steady shift in how people are, looking at jewelry, and therefore obviously this is an interpretation of the jewelers of what they feel is going to be saleable and adheres to the design sensibility of the people of that area. So it's kind of giving, sitting here judging these pieces gives me a very interesting viewpoint of what's happening all around the country where design of jewelry is concerned.
Which aspect of the jewelry struck you the most? Contemporary styling, creativity, innovation?
There's a lot of creativity that's happening. Having said that, I think there's still a lot more that can be done. There is an interesting approach to how gold is being treated. We're still midway through judging the pieces. There's still a lot more pieces that we have yet to view. But so far what we've seen is how gold is being treated. There's a lot of different the approach to gold is increasingly getting different. The finishes are different. It's not necessarily the shiny gold that used to be always at a certain point of time. Here, even if it's treated to give a different color finish, it's treated with different stones. So it's not just purely gold obsession that used to be. So there's that evolution that one is seeing that's happening, and I think that's for the good.
Which category of jewelry appealed to you the most?
To me, anything that is that has a lot of aesthetics, anything that speaks of Indian culture, speaks of heritage, art, is something that will always appeal to me and be close to my heart.
You have played a key role in the revival of the Thewa jewelry. Do you think we need more designers to bring back some art that is dying?
See, my journey has been of almost 20 years, where it started with the revival of Thewa. We've gone on to revive at least 4 to 6 other art forms over the last 15-20 years. I would have people know that it's not an easy process, because it requires a lot of commitment. It requires the ability to stand in, dig your heels and create a market for a product that nobody recognizes. And if anybody wants to do that, please do it only because your heart and soul is in it, not because this is the new thing, it's the done thing, it's the new trend, or this is your quick way to, thinking that you're going to gain popularity or you're going to gain, your way forward. I hold our arts, our Indian heritage, our Indian traditions in great esteem. I think we're a very gifted nation to be able to have so much available to us, and we should treat it with that respect that it rightfully deserves, because this makes us who we are. And yes, if you come upon an art form that you feel needs revival, and you think you have the dedication and you have the ability and you have the heart, to put yourself totally into it, yes, definitely do it. But please do not do something which is not going to be true to the art form, which is in some way just going to commercialize the product and kill it, rather than keeping it revive in its true sense, the way the art form deserves to be kept.
Yes, I do feel with the jewelry that I'm seeing now, there is a lot of innovations happening, and people are trying to do a lot of mixing, and innovation is the key word, which is seen across very clearly in the designs. But I somehow feel that when it's the bridal sector, there is very less innovative products happening in the market, maybe because of the recession or what, I don't know. But yes, there is in the bridal sector, people are not concentrating as much as the contemporary and the fashion.
Which aspect of the jewelry struck you the most? Creativity and innovation, contemporary styling?
In the gold, yes, I do see a lot of contemporary styling happening. So I think the gold industry is really working in the right direction with the textures, with the design, with the aesthetic sensibilities. But when it is coming to the diamond jewelry, I feel that the innovation is still missing. And yes, they are trying to do a lot of things into the jewelry. But I think that we can actually concentrate more on the modern global woman and trying to do jewelry which suits her aesthetic sensibilities. So I think there is a lot that we can work in the diamond jewelry for sure.
Which category of jewelry appeal to you the most?
Contemporary. diamond and contemporary gold.
As a very successful women entrepreneur in the jewelry industry, what's your message for the budding designer entrepreneurs for whom you are a role model?
Thank you very much for making me saying that I am the role model. Yes, when it is coming to the budding designers, yes, I do feel that there is someone required to actually help them, because designing is not just about creating a sketch onto the papers, but there are various elements which need to be considered: the commercial angle, the design and aesthetic sensibilities, the out of the box thinking, the business angle, the branding aspect. So I think that, but one thing I feel what is missing with the designers today is that, this in the entire world of being instant, they expect everything to happen very instantly. So perseverance is definitely missing in the budding designers, and I always say that perseverance is the road that you travel, between your dream and your success. So I do feel that perseverance is something which is really missing in the new age women and designers, of course. At the same time, there is another thing that I feel is missing, is the adaptability aspect. If you have the passion for jewelry, maybe your road may change, your route, your goal, final goal may remain the same, but you need to be very flexible and adaptable to actually changing the routes and actually getting there. For example, a designer may want to become the best wedding, the best brand, but maybe she may not be able to do that. But yes, there are various other elements which she could take up. She could become the brand manager, she could actually become the biggest purchase manager, she could actually become someone who's actually a jewelry stylist. So I think that we need to be adaptable and not lose focus, keep going, keep working hard with passion, with perseverance, and most important is with transparency. Sometimes in this unorganized retail, you may feel like making a shortcut and actually going there, by unethical means, but that can be only the short-term profits. It definitely, to make a brand, you require more organized, more ethics, more passion, more perseverance, hard work, and I'm sure that if you follow all these measures, your definitely success is going to be yours. It's just a matter of time.
I like some of the pieces which I just saw, and I think increasing effort is being made to design those pieces. I'm also impressed with the efforts being put in the finishing of some, but at a general level I would say I think we need to pay more attention to the finishing of the jewelry pieces, even though some of the pieces are so beautifully in terms of the design, but I think they lack the final finishing touch, which is what is affecting the overall jewelry piece as such.
Which aspect of the jewelry struck you the most? Creativity and innovation, contemporary styling?
I like the fashion. I think there is so much more that I see in fashion rather than contemporary. In contemporary, I see kind of same thing presented in a different format as such. But in contemporary, I think I've seen, I'm sorry, in fashion, you'll have to edit. Can I go again?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. I think I really like, and maybe you can start from here, ignore what I've said in the past. I think I was quite happy to see the fashion pieces, because I see really a great effort being put in terms of the design, in terms of finishing, etc. In terms of contemporary, I see similar what I've seen in the past, with some difference here and there, and maybe it's presented differently. I really enjoyed and looking at the fashion pieces. I think they have really improving a lot on that front.
Which category of jewelry appeal to you the most?
In terms of category, I think I love the neck pieces. I think they really give really a personality, add to the personality of the wearer. And sometimes the earrings, yes, but I think the necklaces really make a huge difference to a statement that a person wears.
More and more international jewelry design institutes are investing in training schools in India. How do you see this impacting the future of the Indian industry?
What is really interesting as far as India is concerned, that we have ancient tradition. For thousands of years we have been wearing jewelry. Our Maharajas have been known to own beautiful pieces of jewelry. Every Indian woman loves a piece of jewelry, owns a piece of jewelry, irrespective of where they come from. And I think what is required is for this industry to grow at a much faster pace. We need more designs, and I think we can use as much talent as that can be available, and I think more and more institutes start offering such kind of programs to the students, because it's not just about creativity, it is about the concepts you have and how do you convert those concepts into pieces which are wearable, and you give that finish, so that overall aspect of the jewelry that can be done beautifully, which can add to the business. And I think we may see more institutes coming in here. However, as far as GIA is concerned, we have seen a significant increase in our jewelry design courses. In 2010 and 11, we had hardly one class in the entire year. And in 2012, we have been running back-to-back classes. So I see more interest in the jewelry design. Obviously, the retailers and manufacturers see the value in really promoting design, and that's where I think the future growth is, that's where I believe the margins will be, and that's how we will take our industry to the next level.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, we've seen part of it. The process is still going on, and I think we've seen a lot of interesting designs in the jewelry that we've judged thus far. There have been a lot of new attempts, new ideas, and that has been quite encouraging to see.
Which aspect of the jewelry struck you the most? Creativity and innovation, contemporary styling?
You know, I think what I saw this year was that people have tried to do different things, whether it is in the combination of materials in terms of the metal and the stones, or the kind of stones that have been used, or the finishes of the metal, or even the textures that have been given. So I think that has been quite interesting to see that people are trying newer things.
Which category of jewelry appealed to you the most?
I think there have been different pieces that have appealed, because as I mentioned, what has appealed at an overall level is the fact that the industry is trying to do things differently, even if it is a few steps at a time, and a lot can be done, but this is in the right direction. So I have seen pieces, whether it is in the contemporary section of the diamond jewelry, or even in contemporary gold, is the attempt to look at design differently.
As a person who has been a part of the industry for nearly a decade and a half, how do you see these awards contributing to the industry as a whole?
You know, I think these awards, as you rightly said, I've seen them over a period of time, and what I think it does is that it encourages the industry to stretch itself, because it gives a platform for excellence, it gives a platform for creativity, and it recognizes excellence and creativity. So I think it helps the industry stretch itself in that direction, because jewelry at the end of the day is needs to be beautiful, it needs to be aesthetic, it needs to be beautifully designed, finished, craftsmanship, all this is very, very important, and this is a platform where we can celebrate this.
What, according to you, are the benefits of participation in the GJF Awards?
As I mentioned, you know, I think there are jewelers and designers from across India who have participated. And GJF allows them to come to a single platform and be almost shoulder to shoulder, stand with anybody in the country and participate in awards such as this.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thanks.
This particular competition has been there for a few years, but we are seeing that every year the standards are going up. From what we've judged this year, the finishing of the jewelry, the craftsmanship has greatly improved. Certain designs, innovation also has improved a lot. But in the gold jewelry sector, I feel that we were a little let down. There could have been more innovation. Creativity could have been explored a bit more. As far as wearability is concerned, it has been very well looked after. So overall, I feel that the standards are increasing every year.
Which aspect of the jewelry struck you the most? Creativity and innovation, contemporary styling?
Contemporary styling and attention to finish and detail. Over the years, that has really improved. So that struck me a lot.
Which category of jewelry appealed to you the most?
The contemporary line of jewelry, especially in the fashion segment and also in the bridal actually.
How important is formal training in jewelry design for a person who wishes to make a mark in the world of gems and jewelry?
Formal training today has become imperative. If you need to enter any profession, training is mandatory. Even in jewelry today, the customer has become very knowledgeable. So it's important that you also have formal training. This also helps you to put your creativity, channelize it well. We have ladies who come to us for training. I've been teaching for about 22 years in jewelry. We have ladies who've been doing business for 15 years without any training and now realize that they want to take formal training. That's why the reason is that they feel they want to take formal training to be able to understand the customer's needs as well as get work done from the karigars. So today I feel that before entering the jewelry industry, you need to have some kind of formal education.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's improved over the years as I've been, with the competition for the last 2 years. So it's much better. The craftsmanship is better. The jewelers are now paying little attention to details, the way it's made, the finishing. So the quality of the product is much nicer than what it used to be, sure.
Which aspect of the jewelry struck you the most? Creativity and innovation, contemporary styling?
I would say contemporary styling, because earlier the jewelers, you could see they are just stuck to what they think they could sell in a market. Now they're ready to experiment as far as using different shapes of diamonds, color, the way